Let's play a quick game of Have You Ever. Have you ever been inside a store with over 200 different board games to choose from? Have you ever sat down and played a board game with a younger person in your family trying to have some quality time and build some skill? Now here's the real question for this boomer bust. Have you ever rented a board game? At Mind Sculpt Games, we have brought in a whole selection of board games. We had our game library before, that's on the wall over there, but now we have a purposeful board game selection that we bought since we opened, and we're going to use it for the holiday season, for rentals, and hopefully to generate some sales. So this is right in front of our counter. You can see our square up there, our drinks are right here, and over here is our HABA board game rental section. Now you can rent anything over here for 10% of the suggested retail price per day. So if it's a $7 game, that's a pretty cheap rental. If it's a $20 game, it's still pretty affordable. Now why do we want people to have these open board games in store? Well, if I'm wondering what can shapes and colors really do for my kid, it might help to be able to open it. So these board games, hard with one hand. Let me see if I can do this. You can open them up and you can see what's inside. You can bring your 3-year-old down and see if the pieces might be attractive for the shapes and colors. You can check out the dice and see if this might really help your kid identify the colors, pick the items, or identify shapes. You can touch it. In fact, you can sit at our tables over here with your kid and you can see if they like it. Now another thing we want to be able to do is you bring your kid in and they touch all these games and they choose one to play, but you could have a play date down here. You could have a birthday party down here. We have lots of different games and these are all built for kids 2 to about 12. And HABA is really good at marking their games. So you see this 2+ here, Animal Upon Animal is a manual dexterity game where kids stack the wood pieces and they have fun with it. And might they just sit and play, chew on it, make the moo sound when they grab the cow? Sure, that's how children learn and explore. We also have games up here like Catch Me or Rabbit Rally built for 4+. And you could come in, you could pay the 10% and take this home. Maybe your kids are visiting, maybe grandma's coming in, maybe you are the grandma. But rental is an easy way, pay a couple dollars, take this home, bring it back 1 day, 2 days, whatever. If you really like the game, the rental price will actually go towards the purchase of a new one of these. But you can check out the pieces, see if you like the craftsmanship. Honestly, the reason we've thrown our lot in with HABA and spent money to get one of each demo that we could get a hold of is because they're high quality games. They're nice pieces. They're a company that is fluent in educational psychology, very aware of what parents and children like. Good marketing in terms of attractive colors, nice labeling for the age, and the pieces aren't small, and most of the pieces are pretty sturdy. So you could take a game like Unicorn Glitter Luck, and this one, my sister-in-law bought this for her daughter, and it's actually one of the favorite games between my daughter and hers. I just took my daughter to see My Little Pony last night, and she was incredibly excited. So you can see how these pieces would be attractive to little girls. The dice have 1, 2, or 3 clouds on them, 1, 2, or 3 gems on them. The gems have a nice feel. If you're an adult who's played Ascension, you might recognize the build there. But this game, it's real simple. It's got a nice 3 puzzle piece board. You take this out, you put it together. You put your ponies on it, you roll your dice, you move them around, and you collect gems till you get to the end. But for a 3-year-old, this is an imaginative, immersive experience. So, at Mind Sculpt Games, we're looking at whether we can monetize demo games for rental, whether we can use a demo section where we're in almost $300 to fill this shelf. Well, people care that this shelf is filled. Well, people want to touch the games built for families to play together. Well, people think, oh yeah, my nephew is visiting this weekend. Maybe I should give him something entertaining to do. Or someone who has their kids every other weekend. Come rent a game every other weekend. Teach them something new. You don't have to buy it necessarily. It's a cheaper way to have those weekend excursions. And it's something we can do together. And honestly, if you're not quite sure how to play games with your kids, Daniel and I and Grandpa, that's Randy, we all play games with the kids at the house. We play HABA games. my daughter's going to play every one of those games. Maybe my son will play some of them, but as a family, we're going to play these games. And the thing is, if you aren't sure how to sit down and play with a kid, I've taken a lot of early literacy graduate classes. I've worked in a middle school, worked in a high school, and done a lot of educational research to try to make sure I knew what it takes in the early formative years to build a brain. Mainly because I like to build the brain of my own kids, but with Mind Sculpt games, we get the chance to build the brain of other kids. So I'm really hoping that our easy demos, our open gameplay where you can come touch it, our tables where you can come sit with it, our bigger board game library up there that lets adults play. Maybe parents will start bringing their kids in on Trainer Tuesday for Pokemon and then pick up a game for the younger kids. Or maybe local libraries will invite us in and we'll bring our game library and we'll have a game night for families. Or maybe people who have kids or are guardians of kids or want to hang out with family members will come rent a game for $4 at times. 10% of MSRP is not very much. Cheap rental program. You could also rent something like Twilight Imperium up there, or Axis and Allies, and that's 10% of the price. It's a little higher, but our rentals are going to be pretty cheap. It's going to be pretty easy. We have our contract prepared. You'll see the agreement before you rent. But it's actually something that Lynn Poynton in Sheboygan with the game board is helping us develop. She's a great pioneer in the industry. But we really believe that if we bring rentals in, we can't sell our demo games. That's against the rules. And we only get one demo per game. So if we lose it, we got to replace it with a regular one. But we really think rentals can add to the value of what we offer for our community. So here's the economics question. DVD rental, video game rental used to be a thing with Blockbuster. Blockbuster's economic scale these days not so hot. So we sell our product, we sell events, we try to monetize our play space, and we're really trying to make sure we have a net profit. So we're a business, not just a hobby shop, not just some club where people come and play, but a real business. Is it business savvy to spend $250, $300 on games, demo games you can't sell? Is it reasonable to rent a game with lots of pieces and expect to be able to rent it again the next week and still have lots of pieces? These are questions that other pioneers in the industry, like Lynn Poynton, have helped move forward with, but it is going to depend a little bit on our demographics and how well we do that contract, and I really think it'll work. I think the key to Mind Sculpt games is that we add value to any product in our store. In fact, we don't bring in product if we don't think we have added value over Amazon, Target, Walmart, whatever. We bring in product because we believe we can be more knowledgeable about it, because we can offer a community around it, because we can connect you to other players, because we can help you find value in the secondary market and buy the cards out of your pack that you don't want, or because we believe we can demo our board games, talk to you about our board games, have a board game night, have board game reviews, and build a community around it. Mind Sculpt Games is built around one premise that'll help us survive in the retail world of 2017. Added value. We're a third place community, meaning people got their homes, people got their work. What do they do in their free time? Well, we're hoping they come here, they enjoy us, they appreciate our customer service, they appreciate the environment we're creating, they appreciate our demos, our game tables, and they appreciate what we stand for. At Mind Sculpt Games, games build brains, right? That's what we build on. And for us to work with that, we have to offer something that says our products are valuable, but our service is more valuable. Because you can get our products elsewhere. Not too many of them can you get in town or even a 50-mile radius. Or, to find 200 board games on the shelf in one specialty shop, you probably have to drive to Kansas City or Wichita to find anything that rivals what we have. But products on a shelf is not enough. So we brought in products that we can't even sell to put on our shelf, maybe because rentals will work, but because we believe our knowledge, our passion, our enthusiasm will help parents and guardians connect with kids. That they'll help 6-year-olds build manual dexterity in a game like Animal Upon Animal. Or that they'll help 8-year-olds live in a fantasy world for just a little bit in a board game and learn some reading and some math skills at the same time and think it's fun. We add value to our product, one, by our dorky passion and our videos that help you say, hey, this product really is worthwhile. And now we're trying to add value to our product by giving you a chance to take something home for only 10% of the cost, Play it, see if you like it, and if you do, then that 10% that you rented for just goes towards a new game. So it's like 10% off for trying our rental program. And if you rent it once, and then next week you rent it again, and then the third week you decide to buy it, both those rentals count towards your purchase cost. So we're really hoping that board games, there's lots of places you can buy board games. But you can come here, you can find lots of selection, you can get the guidance from people that love board games, you can get demos, you can do rentals, you can sit and play at our tables. We're hoping the added value of Mindsculpt Games makes some loyal customers. And if you haven't come in to check us out yet, 1401 Main, corner of Forest and Main, across from the courthouse in Great Bend, we're going to be a great place for holiday shopping, not just because of the gift, but because of the time. You come in and you get a gift for Halloween. Okay, it doesn't even need to be a gift. You just get a game for Halloween, you bust it out after the kids are asleep, and you're playing a zombie werewolf game with your family. There's added value in that. Your money's one thing, a product's one thing, but time is a whole different thing. So Mindsculpt Games is where games build brains, but it's also where your dollars make real memories. So hopefully, boom or bust, our demo section down here, right in front of our counter, got all these HABA games. They won't always be on the floor, but I didn't pick them up after I showed them to you. You can touch these, you can open these, you can take these home. We'll see if that creates some sales. Boom or bust, Mindsculpt Economics. This is Darcy, hoping to make some real money, hoping to build some real community, hoping we can be a sustainable business.